Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. I will be cooking a traditional Abruzzese dish called Scrippelle Brodo, or they call it Scrippelle Mbusse. If you don't know me, my name is Christina and thank you for watching today. So today I'm making a recipe. It's kind of a continuation of a video I made last year about Abruzzese lasagna called timbalo, which uses these crepes instead of pasta sheets. So today's episode is actually going to be how we make those crepes, because last year I didn't get a chance to do it with the busy schedule around the holiday season. So I'm really excited. I finally got this on film and I get to show you how it's made. And I'm also going to make another recipe, it's called Scrippelle Brodo. So I'm going to make a homemade chicken soup, and then we take those crepes that we used for lasagna and we wrap them up, put some Parmesan cheese in there, and we roll them up and put them in the soup. It's so hearty and so delicious this time of year. So stay tuned. I can't wait to share everything. Here are all our ingredients spread out. So we have eggs, flour, water, very easy ingredients. Since we have so many crepes to be made, we use 2 pans to make it more efficient. And now let's get cracking. So we're just gonna crack all those eggs into the bowl. There's about 32 eggs that we use this time. Once all the eggs are cracked into the bowl, we're just gonna whisk everything together so it's fluffy and uniform. In a separate bowl, we're gonna measure out all our flour. So how we do this is it's 1 tablespoon per egg. So it's gonna be around 32 tablespoons of flour. To add the water in, we are now gonna measure it in an eggshell. So you want 1 eggshell full of water for each tablespoon of flour and egg. Now we are going to combine the flour and the water together and whisk them together until they're nice and smooth. Before we add that flour and water into the eggs, we're going to put it through a sifter to make sure that there is no lumps and bumps in the batter. Let's get cooking. So we're gonna degrease these pans with some butter using a paper towel to spread it around evenly. And we're gonna set the stove to a very low heat. We don't want these cooking at high. So the first one is more of a practice run. We just want to make sure the temperature is hot enough to actually cook the crepes. This one's a little bit thicker. It might be used at the bottom. And then we start making them very thin. And now for the fun to start. We're going to start making those crepes. So this takes some practice, but it's actually very fun and easy. You're just going to take 1 ladle of that batter and you're just going to coat the bottom of that pan very evenly and very lightly, about like a millimeter or 2 thick. The good thing about these is they're very thin, so they only take a couple minutes on each side. And you will know when it's time to flip them over when you start seeing the edges of those crepes or scrippelle kind of crust up and curl in a bit. And you can just get your fingers and just flip them over. If you're not confident, you can use some forks. When they are done cooking, you just want to lay them on a flat surface and let them cool down a bit on their own before you start stacking them. Look how beautiful these scrippelle came out. They're golden and lace-like, just what we wanted. And we are almost done. There's one more just cooking up in the pan. Okay, so now that the scrippelle are made, I show you them here. Look how beautiful they are. So thin and lace-like. They're going to be delicious. So we're using these ones for soup rather than the lasagna. It's called Scrippelle Brodo. So I'm going to make my homemade chicken soup. This is going to simmer for a couple hours. And then what we do is we add Parmesan cheese in the middle and then we roll it up like a little torpedo. and then that goes in the soup, and then it is just delicious. I cannot wait to eat it. It's been a while since I actually had this, so I'm excited as well just to have this in its. I am now going to take a couple pinches of that grated parmigiano reggiano and spread it evenly around the crepe. I then roll it like a little torpedo. My chicken broth, or brodo, is done cooking, and now I'm just gonna strain out all those pieces so just the liquid is left. So Scrippelle Mbusse actually means wet crepes. So that's essentially what it is. You're just taking those rolled up crepes and you're pouring that broth right on top of them. And then you just cut them into pieces, and that saltiness from the cheese just comes through. It's just such a beautiful and delicious dish. Thank you for joining me on making this recipe. I hope you found it interesting. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it, or subscribe to my channel to see more things like this. Thank you again. We'll see you next time.